Screen by Sanders. Lee with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Up the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Hill's got the first points up on the board tonight here for Indiana. Here's Freak, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on David Lee.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And both free throws good from Freak. Knicks on defense. Hill dishes to George. Shot from free throw range. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Here's New York. Freaks it to Bazemore. Anthony on the wing. And he's good on the 3-ball. Anthony's got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
George sets a screen for Ellis. Pass to Hill. Puts up a 3. No good. So New York will take it the other way. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
And last season, they had a really tough go of it with this team.
Yeah, you can say that again. You don't have to literally say it again, but I know what you mean. Got swept in the season series. 2 teams of roughly equal talent, conference foes. They're hoping to strike back this time.
Knicks on offense. They've got an 8-0 run. Paul George with the steal. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And he sinks the second. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. And it's Freak missing.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. Just wasted a foul.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Ellis outside. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Buries the long-range jumper.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Offensive rebound. Kicks to Freak. Takes the 3. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 4. Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
Yes, he's looking at how they can establish an edge in this one. He's looking for them to lock things down on the interior first and foremost. He said our shot blocking is something that can really help us if we just play smart and avoid fouls. We want them shooting over length, and that's one thing my guys do bring to the table. A sound strategy, Kevin.
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks. They're thinking about their defense right off the bat here.
Yeah, great thought, really, to have coming out of the locker room. Worry about making stops first and foremost. Let the offense take care of itself.
Yeah, I agree somewhat, but at some point you've got to do some work offensively as well. They can't rely on defense alone.
And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now, here is George. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Freak with it. He's guarded by Hill. There's a good screen. It's tipped. And Sanders kicks to Freak. A 3-pointer off the mark. Pacers trail by 5. And stolen by Freak. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Lopez is checked in for Sanders. Allen comes in for Porzingis. And it's a follow in for Kent Bazemore. Really left alone that time. And that's now 11 points for Freak.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here's Stuckey. Hill has the open look. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. And that's now 7 points for Hill.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Anthony kicks to Freak from past the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Hill passes to Boozer. Indiana moving it around. And Hill throws it down.
Oh, big fella. Throwing it down with a vengeance.
New York leading by 5. In the corner, Aflalo with it. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Hill. Now Freak. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Knicks lead by 5. And we'll be back with you right after this. And some tough times for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested in this franchise. Fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
And you know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open court, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak in at point guard. John Lure's out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Bazemore at the 2.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Now here's Boozer. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Hill dishes to Stuckey. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He ended with 25 points, and we saw him moving the ball around. On offense as well as hauling in the rebounds. It was just a fantastic outing for him, and really there wasn't any way to prevent him from taking over the game. Fun to watch, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
Here's Freak following the basket by Rodney Stuckey. Now here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way.
Oh, we've got a moment here. Let's look at the last month and the Knicks and how they ranked in the NBA. First in field goal percentage. First in lowest turnovers a game. And they're #1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Sanders checked in for Lopez. David Lee's checked in for the Pacers. He hits both from the stripe. The Knicks leading by 6. Here's Freak. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Freak's got 10 points in the quarter.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Stuckey kicks to Turner. The feed now to Lee. The dish to Stuckey. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Screen by Sanders. They double him with George. And Bazemore kicks to Sanders. And here's a follow for 3. Pacers with the rebound.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Here's Stuckey. And that one goes long.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's Freak. The shot is off. And Indiana will go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Stuckey.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Freak. And Lee pulls it down.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Ellis can't get it to go.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Sanders passes to a flyer. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Well, let's take a look now at some of the most explosive players in the NBA lately. The highest scoring small forwards of the past month. In the third spot, Paul George.
I mean, tremendously gifted athletically. I mean, we're used to seeing that at that spot on the floor, and they pretty much all give astonishing individual performances on any given night.
Well, we know the small forward spot is where the bulk of the scoring load rests on most teams. I mean, those players...
Come on, fellas, we got to pick up the pace. If we see an open look, we got to take it. We have to make them play at our tempo.
To see numbers for Stuckey. He's putting up 9 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad.
A different look for New York. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Sanders. Porzingis comes in for John Lewis. And it's Carmelo Anthony in for Kent Bazemore. George Hill's checked in for the Pacers. Now here's Anthony. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now averages nearly 12 points a game. Clock is at 3. Freak. And it's good off the glass. Freak's got 23 points.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Anthony against George. Turner. Can't hit. Excellent D there from Allen. The Knicks leading by 6. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Hits the jumper in space. Anthony's got 5 now.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Now, here's George. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Ellis, that's good.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass on.
Freak with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against Philadelphia.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Ellis with it. Out defended by Freak, and that one's good, Ellis.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
A follow outside. And here's Freak. He gets it up and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we finished one half of basketball. Knicks out front, up by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, what has been the focus for this team during the first half of play?
Hey guys, some keys to talk about from what I've seen so far. This is a tight ball game, but remember, this is our house. First of all, our transition offense has been really clicking, and it made a big difference. Let's keep getting those points on the break. I do like that we limited our turnovers. We weren't careless with the ball or making unforced errors, so kudos for that. That's it for now, guys. Let's go get that W.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. Third. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. They've got Turner. Ellis is out there with George Hill. Then it's David Lee. And it's George in at the 3 slot. The baseline J. And Turner with the block. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. Outside Hill. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. And it's 9 points for Hill. New York leading by 4. Freak with it. He's picked up by Hill. Porzingis passes to Freak. Doubled by Lee. Anthony in the corner. Takes the 3. That's good. Anthony's got 11 points.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
We need to be more physical on the offensive end. Let's crash the glass, but be smart. We need to limit their easy baskets, so get back on D.
And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. Number 1, the Knicks.
I mean, they've been impressive on the defensive end, and they may have caught a few teams on off nights, but you've got to give them credit. They've made scoring a chore when you look at their opponents.
for three. Hill. Again, missing Hill.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
New York leading by 7. Here's Freak. 23 points in the game. And Hill over to help. And Sanders, here we go. Count the bucket.
Yeah, and that's really using the double team against the defense there and creating that pinpoint passing to attack.
George dishes to Turner. Here's Ellis. And he lays it straight in. Ellis has got 11.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
To the inside. And Sanders gets it to go on the assist by Freak. Freak's got assist number 8 now on the night. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. George, that's a two-pointer. The shot is off. New York's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Count that one. 13 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Now, here is George. Lee, a screen on Anthony. It's back to Hill. His three-pointers off the mark.
1 made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Paul George. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 22 points per, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And impressive numbers, no doubt.
All elements working together. The game is coming easy to him right now.
Catching up on the changes for New York for Porzingis. And it's a flawless in for Kent Bazemore.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Here's Freak.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
Out to Stuckey. They double him with Freak. On the wing, Hill. Just 5 to shoot. The pass to Hill. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Allen's checked in for the Knicks. Both free throws good from Hill. The Knicks leading by 11. Lopez a screen.
Move the ball.
Freak with it. He's against Hill. Lopez, no luck. Indiana's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Outside Hill. To the paint. And it's Boozer that time on the assist by Hill. Boozer's got it back down to within single digits for the Pacers.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Good. 32 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Screen by Boozer. Stuckey outside. Down low. Shot clock at 6. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Freak. Finished off the break. Freak's got the lead up to 13 now for the Knicks.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 13. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. New York leading by 13. Freak, he's in at the point. Sanders out there with Porzingis. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Freak. Shoots from the baseline and misses it off the right side of the rim. The drive by Hill. Lee, good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Screen by Sanders. Freaks it to Bazemore. Can't get it to go. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Pacers trail by 11. Hill passes to George. Turner with a screen for George. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
And an open path to the hoop there. It's easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Ellis dishes to George. There's a screen. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Turner with the block. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. And the rejection by Sanders. And Freak throws it down.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
Ellis kicks to George. Inside, Turner. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. New York leading by 11. They double him with George. Lets it go from 14. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 17 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Hill passes to Ellis. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Freak with it. He's against Hill. Feeds it to Bazemore from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Turner's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Ellis with it. Now Anthony defending. Turner with a screen on Anthony. The drive by Ellis. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
The shot's good on the assist by George. And that's 17 points for Ellis.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Hill. And it's Freak missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about...
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
Out left to the wing. Bazemore for 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7.
Next one, 55. Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City.
And the Knicks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. And Indiana with the change here too. Hill, he's checked in for Turner. Here's Hill, and it's sent back by Lopez. They recover it. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Freak. 31 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
And with more to come, you know, it wouldn't hurt to keep getting him the basketball.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City dancer.
.146 left in the fourth. George against Anthony. Can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Outside, George. George missing again.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Freak with it, picked up by Ellis. Freak with it, Ellis on Hill. Passes it to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Freak. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory. The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage. Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's the screen. Launches it. And again, New York with the triple.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
the whole knockout blow.
Lopez, a screen on Hill. Here's Freak. And the miss. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Carmelo, we have a question from one of your biggest fans. How do you get off
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
What a special night for him offensively. Anytime you can get a player who's scoring up in the 40s, you know he was feeling it. And once he got rolling, his teammates were getting him the ball and just getting out his way.
Well, just look at his assists. I mean, that tells the story for the game right there. He was seeing the court so well, always seemed to make the right decision. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.